Hold on, that's not it. They just, I'm not gonna show you. I don't know what the music is.
You can set up and get the camera rolling.
Well, I know it's, I don't know why it's
I'm gonna
short.
say action here. Just
Lauren, okay. Sorry, was that loud? You're right. It's hilarious. It goes on for so long. They like chase, and then there's a part where like they're like, there was a woman in here, and then she was chased by some kids, and they broke our windows. Now there's a man in our kitchen. Hello.
testing 1, 2, 3. Test.
Testing. Adrian, explain our friend group.
Camera's rolling. We're just waiting for Ellen.
Ella.
Everybody okay? Okay, ready?
Yes, walk in, Chad, walk in. Sorry.
Ready?
Sorry.
Okay, action. And we're back again with Texas Mysterious Tales. We've got a new project we're working on, in fact, a movie. But I'd like to announce our sponsor. We have a new sponsor. It's Southwest Properties, Real Estate and Media Group. And they do different projects with music, filming, and real estate, of course, throughout Texas. Anyway, we're here today to talk about the new upcoming 250th anniversary of the United States birthday next year. So we've been researching our family heritage as to be part of that birthday, and I think a lot of families are doing the same thing. Anyway, during my research, I've come up with some very interesting anomalies that I'd like to share with you today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass out some pictures of these and just comment on different family members, and I'll tell you what we found. Here's the first picture is a picture of my mother and her sister Betty, just so you know who they are.
Okay.
Aunt Betty, and they have a great history. My mother and Betty, I'm sure you've seen that picture, you know her. Here's a picture as a research of one of my mother's brothers, Stanton. He was an Air Force pilot. In fact, one time he told me that he had seen a UFO. So it's kind of mysterious right there.
What's his name?
One of the real anomalies that I uncovered was this picture of a gang. Evidently, we don't have the full history on him, but he was one guy named Zeke. He was one of the Everetts, and what they had an interesting story. Back during the Civil War, they had stolen. Of course, Texas was in the Confederacy back then. This gang had stolen from the Union a big trainload of gold that was going to be a payroll, and it was hidden. So the story goes, it was hidden in San Diego County in Texas somewhere. We haven't found it, but anyway, it's kind of interesting to see if we can locate where that is. Because San Diego County is known as the Republic of San Diego County, which there was an organization evidently of the famous old timers that had their own little law enforcement, had their own governing, some kind of a secret society. So we're going to delve into that. Here's a picture of me and my dad when we were in Germany. Of course, he had fought in World War II, and now we're back in Germany. I think that's 1956. And it's interesting what the Nazis did, because he told some stories when he was over there about running across some occult artifacts. And in fact, he brought something back that we haven't been able to find, but he brought something back that was a mystery. It was stored at one of the old houses. Anyway, it has some kind of magical qualities, and we're going to find out what that is. Here's a picture of his mother and father, Claude and Alberta Everett. Claude was born in 1900, and in fact, his horse, his famous horse, is named Buck, and that's what my truck is called. Anyway, they have a great history of Texas, and here's another picture of at their farm. That has my brother Dale, Uncle Glenn, Grandma Everett. Interesting area, interesting folks.
Where? Is it a bike or a wheelchair? Oh, it's a bike.
It's a bike. Yeah, kind of interesting. Here's another old picture of a sawmill that had it was an Everett sawmill, and these guys were members of a group, not only in the sawmill, but they were part of the special group in San Jacinto County. Some of them were lawmen, others did other things. I heard they used to run some stills up there, and I remember my dad told me a story that sometime the feds would come up there and they didn't go back. So we're going to research more of that. Here's a picture of a store that my family had, the Everett Brothers. You can see they had a store that had the old gas pumps, and one of those babies in that picture, in fact, was my father. They sold a unique stuff out there. Some of those members were that you see in that picture were actually said to be not witches, but they were good people. We're going to look at more of that. Here's a picture of my father when he was a baby, just to be interesting. Here's a picture I discovered. This is the last picture of my father about 2 weeks before he passed away. Me, two of my brothers. Here's a picture of my father right before he retired from the Army. Here's a picture of my mother's parents, Billy and Gladys. And anyway, I want you to discover that. We'll do some research. Here's a picture of us when we were at a cave doing some research on some artifacts. It was kind of interesting that we found some mysterious signs on the walls that in fact, there was an etching that said, "Remember the secret." And we'd seen that same sign in an old Everett book. It said, "Remember the secret." So we don't know what the secret is. Here's another picture of my brother with Bruce Lee. Travis with Bruce Lee. Kind of interesting. Here's my mother and two of my brothers, Jeff and David. They lived in LeCount. Here's again my brothers and my mother.
Which brother is this?
That's Brother David. Here's a picture, one of the last pictures of my mother before she passed away. She was came to visit us. Happy day. And here we are, my family. When I was in the 9th grade, we were in Colorado, and he was at a special secret base out there that my dad in the Army. He was stationed there. I didn't ever hear a lot about it, but we need to delve into that. Here's a picture of me, one of my brothers holding one of my other brothers, and there's me as a kid. Here's a good picture. This is my dad right before, in March 1944, just before he went on D-Day to the famous D-Day landing in June. His wave landed on June 7th, 1944. Anyway, we'll be delving into this and trying to find out some of the history. It looks like there's some special events that have happened. Anyone have any comments on any of that stuff?
I thought I saw like a picture of let me see this one. I thought I saw a goblin. Oh, that's me. Never mind. In the caverns here. I thought it was an old prehistoric goblin. Let's see. Which one was Zeke, you said? In that one picture, there was a picture of... Hang on. Here it is. You said Zeke saw what? Or one of these guys saw a UFO?
No, this is one of the gang, a mysterious gang. The story is that Zeke Everett was one of the gang members, and they had hijacked some northern gold and took it out to San Jacinto County. It's hidden up there somewhere. We're going to have to do some more research to find out what that story's all about. But anyway, kind of a tough-looking bunch there.
Yeah. That seems like really fun, like a hidden gold treasure mission. Look into the forest.
Okay, cut.
Am I hot?
My ears.
I'm fine. Your ears are good.
Mom, my ears hurt now. It's so loud.
Let me see. So there's these pictures. My ears are sweating wet. It's so funny to me because this one always looks like Brandon, Jeff's son Brandon. So when I was younger and I would see this picture, I would always be like, is that Brandon? And Dad would be like, no, that's his dad.
Who's the cat?
Who's the kitty?
There's a cat.
Who's the kitty?
There's a cat. Where? There's a cat. Oh my
Wow, no reaction to any of the cat.
Who are your ancestors?
He's like, here's your great grandfather that fought in the war.
god. The cat.
Have a hidden gold in a forest.
Hey, this cat is our
There's a
ancestor.
cat.
It's our ancestor.